Oh, integot.
So I don't know why I tried to keep this a secret from you. I just kind of did it, and then it became a big thing, and I didn't want you to know. So we were chatting last week about a game, and off the cuff, I was like, oh yeah, I've played this game a little bit, and I'm kind of interested in it, and I'm definitely interested in the sequel of this game. And then for whatever reason, I got it in my head, like I had to play this game, like I had to play it. And the game is Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition on the Switch. So I don't know why I was so compelled to get it. I just think with the announcement of Age of Calamity coming out in 20th of November this year, and I'm a huge Breath of the Wild fan, like massive Breath of the Wild fan. Some part of me was just like, I'm definitely going to get this Age of Calamity game. Then, it'd be good to, have my head around these games. So kind of as background, obviously, well, not obviously, but with Hyrule Warriors, it's part of, I guess, the broader Dynasty Warriors Musou sort of, it's almost a genre, but it's actually just one company, or one publisher making these games. And just looking at it, it's so crazy, man. Like these hack and slash games with, hundreds of enemies on the screen. They've got 9 games in the mainline series, Dynasty Warriors, but then I counted it roughly, and there's like 21 spin-off games in the same sort of mode and model. And it's just like, it's so bizarre to me that this company has the grip on this kind of like idea. Like there's not really that many other people who are known doing this. And it feels like everyone just goes to these guys to make the spin-off game.
You saw some stuff like 99 Nights and stuff earlier in the last generation try to kind of play their hand at it a bit.
Yeah.
None of them took off. It was always these games.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. So like even really different companies like Nintendo, you've even got stuff like Persona Scramble, like going into this hack and slash style Musou game. So yeah, like I said, I don't know why I had it in my head. I had to play this game. I don't know. It just got into my head. I was thinking, I think part of it was like, I knew that it would be hard to find physically. I'd heard people say you pretty much can't get it. So then I did a bit of searching and I actually found a physical copy not too far from my house. So I went and picked it up. And just for context, like this is essentially, like it's a really weird game in a way because Hyrule Warriors came out on Wii U and that was like literally almost to the day 6 years ago that game came out. And then 2 years after that, the 3DS port came out. So it's definitely a port, but in the port, they introduced new features and new characters. And then the Wii U game also had DLC. And then Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, which came out 2 years ago, 2018, that combined elements of, well, like pretty much everything in Legends and in the original Wii U and just mashed it all together and then added some more stuff to the game. So it's like, okay, like there's I know everyone's always said that this game has a stack of content and I don't know, like I keep saying, like Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, I feel like I'm going to get that. And I'm like, I might as well get my head around what these kind of games are. So like in terms of the game, like what is the game? What's it play like? This game to me is so bizarre. Like playing it and seeing it, and I think playing it versus seeing it is really different. And more so than any other game that I've seen recently.
Can you just clarify, is this the first time you've played a Musou title?
Well, like I said, I'd played and honestly for 10 minutes, Hyrule Warriors and Legends. So on the Wii U 3DS.
Outside of Hyrule Warriors, so it's the first.
Outside of that, nothing. Okay. Zero.
All right.
Yeah. So this is my first experience with these hack and slash Musou style games, right? So, I booted it up and, okay, initial impressions that are hitting me. I'm booting it up and it's loading up and everything like that. And I'm like, this feels like a fan game ripoff. Like it just felt like instantly this is not a Nintendo game. Like I get it. It's like Breath of the Wild. Oh, sorry, not Breath of the Wild. Legend of Zelda, like that whole universe. And like it's taking from all the like Legend of Zelda games that I can see of. Maybe apart from Legend of Zelda 2. I haven't seen anything from Legend of Zelda 2 so far. But like, it just like everything about it, I'm like, this doesn't feel quite right. It just feels, like a not quite right version of Zelda as even a spin-off. So that kind of hit me at first. I was like, oh, okay, it's a bit strange. And then I started playing this game and you just jump into it straight away. And dude, like I love this game. I love this game so much, and I don't understand why.
I wasn't sure
It's so
where you were going to go on that one.
well. I, you know, legitimately, like I was chatting to a mate about it. I'm like, this game is legitimately like a bad game, or not a bad game. That's unfair. It's just not a great game, and it's so janky. It's so bizarre. The game, like, there's parts of the game, like it's basically a cutscene, and the cutscene's choppy as hell, right? Like it's like honestly running in single frames a second. Some of the cutscenes, and then you get into the game itself, and it runs really smoothly at times. And you've got like 50 enemies on the screen, and it's totally fine. It's just the game makes no sense, like what it does at times. And by the way, I have heard that with Persona 5 Scramble, so this style of game, but in the Persona universe or Persona 5 universe, that the new Switch port of that is actually pretty good, like in terms of how it's running. So maybe they've made improvements on the engine, but yeah, just playing the game, I'm like, this is such a dumb game. Like, and I keep on writing things in my notes like mindless. And you know, I was chatting to a mate, and this is what it reminded me of. Put your head back into like Star Wars Episode 1. You know when you get like the Jedi and they're like fighting the droids in that? And they're just like slicing through it like butter. Like it's like they're not even looking. They're just like, and they're all just dying. Like this game. This game is like mowing the grass. Like the grass offers no defense. You're just going and there's something so relaxing that for me about this game, and the fact that like, you know, it's set in the Zelda universe, which I love. It's just like I can't stop playing it, man. I feel like I played it for like 30 hours this week. Since I got it. I just always pick it up all the time, and I'm like, I can just keep on smashing through this. And I played all like the different modes, and boy, oh boy, man, there's a lot of content in this game. Like all these characters can be leveled up. There's all like skill trees for all the characters. To me, kind of feels like not that much point of the skill trees. You know, I'm not deep enough in the game for that. And also the game feels very, very easy, and it really tries to push you to play in the easier mode when you first start playing the game. Like it's really explicit, like, hey, you probably should play in the easy mode. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then even playing it now, I'm like, I think I might bump it up to hard because the game's just way too easy otherwise. But yeah, man, it's a bizarre game, man. It's a bizarre game that I honestly can say I love this game.
So
And
does it make you more hyped
it scares
for
me
Age of
because-
Calamity now?
Well, that's the problem, man, because I love this game so much and it's got so much content. I feel like even my head's going, shit, I need to get through this game because, you know, I definitely am going to get Age of Calamity. I'll probably get it for Christmas, like as a Christmas gift. But once that comes out, and how much I love Breath of the Wild, and this is like the perfect way to play something like that for me. Because it's, you know, like the story in this game is so dopey. It's so freaking dopey. It's just like, you know, it's full of like stupid tropes from Japan. And it seems like even worse in Japan with these kind of tropes. And, but I love it. I can't explain it, man. Someone said, you know, why do you love this game? It's really, really hard for me to explain other than when I play it, it's so relaxing. I don't have to think. I feel like I could play this game and have chat to you, like while I'm playing it. Well, because there's not much to it, you know.
I tell you, it'd be interesting to play a Breath of the Wild game where your weapon doesn't break every 10 enemies.
Oh god, you're such a hater on Breath of the Wild. Oh. Such a hater.
Oh, it's great.
But yeah, like, so this game's awesome. So like, kind of like the summary for me is just, you know, the question that I ask myself is, you know, should you buy this game in 2020, given that Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is coming out? And I'll probably put 3 things on it. Like, first off, you know, if you've played these Muso hack and slash games and you like them, and you like, you know, Zelda, and you can get it for like a reasonable price. Like, I don't think I would pay full price for this. I think I paid like $49 or something, and I had like discounts on top of that. So it probably worked out to be like $44 I got this game for Australian. So like $30 American. I think that's like a really good deal. Like, I definitely would do that. So, you know, I think if you're in that camp, I still think even given that the new game's coming out, this is well worth getting because this just has so many cool elements from the history of Zelda. Like, as much as I say it's a fan game, and I don't mean that dismissively, really. Like, you know, you can see the passion from the developers. Like, they genuinely love Zelda. like, all the things that they've worked in and the little nuances and little nods and things like that, and some of the obvious ones as well. Yeah, it's just really cool. Like, I just thought it was like such an odd game, and I'm so shocked that, like, I'm really shocked how much I like this game. Like, honestly, I thought I bought this game and I thought I'll regret buying this. I even thought I'll probably return this game because you can do that with EB games. But yeah, I'm like total opposite. I love this game, man. It's one of my favorite games this year.
Of another year.
Yeah, true. Yeah, wait till we get around to doing 2018. Or I guess, like, technically you could go 2014. So yeah, no, it's cool. I like it.
Oh, so you've been catching up to some Hyrule Warriors, and I have been playing